Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sammy Socialite, and this is the episode of the Fantasy Formula. Today, I have my boy Jared King, and he is going to help us discuss some of the fantasy players that we should and shouldn't draft coming up in this 2025 NFL season. What's good, Jared?
What's up, Sammy? You already know I had to pull up one time for you.
Yes, sir. I sure do appreciate you. All right, so it's getting crunch time for fantasy season. Um, I know you. I'm gonna go ahead and ask, how many? Like, do you even play fantasy? You play fantasy football?
I do. I had to cut my leagues down, so I'm down to just a few leagues that I'm in. I've been in them for a while. I used to do maybe 4 or 5 teams a season, but I can't keep up with that many anymore. But no, I've been playing fantasy. Sheesh, 20 years now, 15, 20 years. So I'm an old dog in the game at this point.
Wow, that's crazy. I actually people think I'm crazy all the time because I actually play in way too many fantasy leagues that I shouldn't be. I told myself this year I was gonna cut it down, but right now it's looking like I'm still gonna have about 17 leagues, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
So really, I'm the commissioner for a lot of those leagues. I have a lot of friends that want to play fantasy football, but it is not hard. I mean, it's not easy being a commissioner. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And so I basically, about 15 years ago, I took over the reins of a lot of leagues, and give my boys outlet to play, and I handle all the paperwork basically. And but yeah, I've had one draft already for a dynasty league. We decided to do it a little early since it was going to be a brand new dynasty league, and I saw some crazy things. Um, so cold answer. If you had the number one pick in this year's fantasy draft, who would you draft?
Come on, man. Bijan. Yeah, I got the shirt on. Like Bijan is going first overall if I got the pick.
Of course. Hey man, and I want to go against the propaganda because people listen to my advice, and I really don't want nobody to get Bijan with the number one pick because I want Bijan. However, that is a it is getting very real for me to see that Bijan is a option for the number one pick. A legit option. There are leagues like he's getting picked number one. And I have nothing bad to say about it. Bijan himself says he wants to be used more in the passing game. So I think that adds to his fantasy value. Obviously, if you're in a PPR league, he'll get extra points for those catches in addition to all the yards he gets on the ground. Um, yeah, like Bijan could be the number one. So for me, I'm going to be on the propaganda train for Jamar Chase to be number one this year. Um, Coming off the Triple Crown, he is their weapon. I mean, Joe Burrow and him go back to LSU. They made magic at LSU, and they came right into the league and went to the Super Bowl. It was Joe's second year in the league, so it's like Jamar is going to get. He's gonna have 100-yard games. He's gonna have multi-touchdown games. That's just how their offense works. So I I want people to get Chase at number one for
Take
sure.
take Jamar
But
so they don't take Bijan.
take Chase so I can get Bijan at two. Um, so with the first round in the draft that I had, and even like just during some mock drafts, it seems as if there are five running backs that are going in the first round, and I want you to rank these five running backs how you would pick them in order.
Ooh,
So the
okay.
running backs are Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Jameer Gibbs, Ashton Jeanty, and it's not Derrick Henry, but Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So what
mean,
how would you rank those in order of must drafts to, least draft?
yeah, I'm gonna go. I get it. Like running back right now, first off, I'll start. I got pretty strict rules when it comes to my running backs. I don't like taking running backs that are on their second contracts unless they are elite backs. And I don't take running backs that are less than 200 pounds. Just
Mm.
it's a strict bar. It hasn't led me wrong though. So that kind of makes it tough because Jameer Gibbs is right at it. I mean, do I bend the rule for, he's what, 198 listed by the Lions? Maybe we call it 200 pounds, but I'm going Bijan one. I'm going Saquon two.
He played this offseason.
Wait, what? He gained weight?
I said Jameer gained a little weight.
Okay, so I'll give him 200. We'll give him 200. So I'm gonna go Bijan. I'm gonna go Bijan one. I'm gonna go Saquon two, just because there's nobody taking carries from Saquon. I maybe Jalen Hurts on the tush pushes, but nobody's taking the ball from Saquon. Um,
They did sign AJ Dillon, if that means anything.
it doesn't mean anything for me. I mean,
It does not.
I mean,
He will be getting he will be getting those carries when it's been an 8 play drive and Saquon needs to go get a little sip of water.
exactly, yeah. Like that's the thing. I mean, and the problem with I can't call it a problem. The thing with Saquon is you saw it in the Rams game. He's liable for a 50 to 80 yard touchdown. So even if it's a drive where you're like,
Right.
okay, we're gonna wear him down and then let AJ Dillon get some of these short yardage carries, you just don't get there with Saquon. Um, so
Hmm.
I'd take Saquon. Um, man, I'm probably going Jeanty three. Um, he's a rookie. They took him high. They're gonna feed him. They don't got much in Las Vegas. I mean, they got Brock Bowers. They got Geno. So like teams will back up a little bit, but I mean, that's just one where I'm like, all right, the ball's only going so many places, and you're gonna give it to your best player. So it's either going to Brock Bowers or Ashton Jeanty. Um, four, I'm gonna go Christian McCaffrey.
Hmm.
It's a spicy take. It breaks my rules. If you boxing me into these five, McCaffrey over Gibbs is tough, but Gibbs is firmly 50-50 with David Montgomery. Like I think no Debo
Mhm.
and a disgruntled Brandon Ayuk, the ball's gonna funnel to Christian McCaffrey again. I know I'm rolling the injury dice, but I'm just playing, you know, carry share, target share. Christian McCaffrey probably gets more
Right, right.
opportunity than Jameer Gibbs does. So that's the only reason why. But
And
that's a
so
tough one.
and Gibbs would be 5 for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I respect that. Um, I a little different. My number one running back obviously is Bijan. Number two, definitely Saquon. My number three, I'm giving it to Jameer. I am not a Lions insider. However, I have been very paying a very close attention to what they are doing up there. And for the first time, because if you didn't know, which I know you know, but out my fans out there, if you didn't know, Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Lions, is no longer the offensive coordinator for the Lions. Ben Johnson was definitely a strong 50-50 on Gibbs and Montgomery. This new OC is more, I'm hearing it's more of a 55-45 split leaning more towards Gibbs being the main starter. He's getting most of the reps with the ones. And I think by the end of the season, it'll become more of a 60-40 split because Gibbs is really that guy. I mean, Montgomery is dope as well. And that's why you did see a lot of 50-50 splits. But I think now that Jameer is in his third season, they want to see what Gibbs can really do because Montgomery is getting older. So I really think they're gonna lean more on Gibbs. He might get that. Four for me is gonna be Genty. And I personally would not draft Genty if it's not a dynasty league. Rookie running backs really don't like go crazy as advertised. I mean, it is a learning curve for them. Their speed and their talents definitely will translate, but again, I think he's gonna have it rough, and Oakland's offensive line is not gonna do him any favors. Every yard he gets, he's gonna have to earn. And so, with that being said, Christian McCaffrey would have to be five out of those because I will never draft Christian McCaffrey ever again. I don't care if he is the only running back there. And I honestly, I don't care if he has a 2,000-yard season. I will be perfectly fine getting my sleep at night knowing that I didn't have to draft him for him to miss the whole season. And it's always a roll of dice. You never know which Christian McCaffrey you're gonna get. I wouldn't touch it. Now, I personally feel very sad about these top five because let's be for real, Derrick Henry should be in that top five.
Yeah.
There's not one thing that the Ravens added or lost that hurts Derrick Henry's value. We should we should really believe that Derrick Henry is gonna do it exactly what he did last year. Like
Yeah. I mean, he's a unicorn in that, where it's like he's 6'2", 250, but he didn't show a lick of slowing down. I mean, there's
no,
nobody who can really hit him.
he still looked like he was Tennessee Titans Derrick Henry, but more grown, which is scary as hell. Like, um, so for I'm gonna release my top 10 of each position, and I would definitely have Derrick Henry in my top five because I think that's really sad. But they're also trying to make me believe in Jonathan Taylor again, and I wish him the best. I just don't see me drafting him again either. Like, because
Okay,
especially because the
let me ask, would you take Taylor or Jeanty? I don't think either are in good situations, but
they're not. I would take Taylor just because of experience.
because he's a vet, yeah.
Like, yeah, and it does sound crazy because they were like, no, Genty, of course. The Raiders are a funky ass team, and if your name not Brock Bowers, I don't want nobody on the Raiders, even Gino. Like, I don't see a situation where I'm looking in the draft. There's no
Yeah.
situation where I'm drafting a quarterback and Gino's gonna be like, oh, this is the one I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go get Dak Prescott before I get Gino for sure. And they
Yeah.
got him ranked real low.
Yeah. I mean, because he got Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, and then he's checking down to Jeanty. Like that's the offense. I mean, that's about as
Right.
so.
The Trey Tucker person that they have over there. He
Yeah.
did good last year, but again, like, no.
When it's time to line up, yeah, that's how the ball's gonna get distributed. I mean, the Colts don't have a quarterback, so whoever ends up starting for them, they're gonna hand the ball off a good bit. But I think Jonathan Taylor's injury concerns are for real. I mean,
Mm.
Michael Pittman Jr.
You don't think it's a one-off?
No, because I mean he was banged up coming out of Wisconsin. That was the only reason why he fell out of the first round. Was
Mm.
injury
And he was a
concerns.
running back. You know they're not drafting no running backs in the first round.
Yeah,
They be trying to lowball them running back.
yeah. So, but no, I get it. I mean, outside of the top five, I think Bucky Irving's got a argument of being in the top five. I like Chase Brown. I had
I
Chase
do
Brown
like
last
him.
year. I had Chase Brown and Chuba Hubbard, and I dropped them both before they went
Ew.
off and
Right.
lost my league. Um,
Now, Chase Brown would definitely be in my top 10, only because the Bengals cut Zach Moss.
yeah, who else is
So
getting the
as of
ball?
now, it is the Chase Brown show when they decide that Joe Burrow's not gonna throw for 500 in a game. So
Yeah.
if you like those odds, I mean, and he did do good, but I never in the NFL today. It's only like two running backs that are the bell cow for their team, and it only works out for them. Everybody else gonna have to get help some way and somehow. Like even Bijan has Algier back there. So,
Yeah.
but the last question. This is where the complications have been coming in fantasy. So usually there's always a quarterback that's ranked in the first or second round, but this year quarterbacks have not begin getting ranked until the third round. So who what three quarterbacks would you make if
Much.
you were picking in the third or fourth round? Who would you go get?
So it depends on if I've gone running back, wide receiver, or if I went wide
Yes,
receiver, wide receiver. But I'm gonna just
that
I'm gonna
that
stick.
makes so much difference too for sure.
Yeah, because I'm so another strategy I go with at quarterback. I go low variance. Like if I can't get Lamar, I feel like Lamar is the only quarterback. Lamar and Josh Allen. Those are your only two quarterbacks who are gonna have a high floor. Last year they gave you 80 to 90% of their
Everything,
games were.
everything that got
Yeah. So it's like those are your two.
Lamar actually did not start off very well, and that was because of Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Like it took Lamar a minute to roll into fantasy stardom, but he did come in.
Yep.
And I say this because Lamar is a quarterback that I will draft. Like
Hmm.
I have quarterbacks that I'm not gonna draft. I don't care if I need a quarterback right now and they're the only person in on the board I can see, like, no, I'm gonna pick something else and find a quarterback, but I can't do certain people. Lamar is one I will get.
Yep.
And I was down on Josh Allen last year. I was telling people don't draft Josh Allen simply because I didn't think he was going to be able to make it work with the weapons. But last year, Josh Allen showed us, well, if I don't have the weapons, well,
It's
best
me.
believe I'm just going to run this thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
so he definitely is up there for
Yeah.
me.
No, those are my two. But other than that, I mean, spicy take Baker Mayfield. I wouldn't
Hmm.
take Baker in the third. I know I'm sticking to the parameters you gave me. The only two I'm taking are Lamar
Right,
and
right,
Josh in
right.
the third. If I'm in the third, if I somehow got, hell, if I get a Derrick Henry Lamar backfield, I'm probably winning the
Mm.
league. I got a good shot, at winning my league.
Now, see, okay, so I'm thinking like a Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, and now it's the third round.
I'm
Do you
taking
get Lamar?
I'm taking Lamar. Yeah.
And you feel and at this point in your draft, you're feeling really damn good about not having a wide receiver yet because you got three players that's gonna put up more numbers than wide receivers of that round would
Yep.
get. Um, so I'm gonna let you know that the five top quarterbacks right now are Lamar, Allen, Burrow, then Jalen, and then
Jayden Daniels probably.
yes, Daniels.
Okay.
And
Yep.
Daniels was actually third. It was Lamar, Josh, Jaden, Burrow, and then Hurts. and
I
that's the
like
top
it.
five.
I like it.
I are are people being blinded by Jaden Daniels' rookie season?
No, he was I think he was top five. I think he was like third in quarterback production in points per game. Um, I think he's everything that Lamar is. Like you wake up, whatever
Yeah.
Lamar does on a Sunday, Jaden can do. And that's I'm not calling Jaden Daniels a MVP quarterback. I'm not, doing any of that. I'm just speaking in terms of fantasy. He can give you the rushing yards, he can give you the passing yards, he can give you the touchdowns. He checks every box. Um, and I think he's got the right offensive coordinator. Knock on wood, if Terry McLaurin gets his new deal and he doesn't lose Terry. If he
And
loses Terry,
that's
everything is
my
off the
question.
off the table. Like
That's
Terry
my
is
only
the weapon.
question. I don't I hate holdouts and stuff when it comes to fantasy because we draft way too like close. Like some of these decisions don't get hammered out until that first week of the season. I can't bank my whole season on an if. And
Yep.
so stuff like that taints Jaden's whole value for me because if I don't know you have your top receiver and don't give me, oh, they got Debo, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Because I don't like Debo either. So like
Yeah, no.
he's not gonna make Jaden a star. Debo need to be getting the ball out the backfield with Eckler. Like
He's Cordero Patterson at this point. I mean, I like Debo, but
and hello.
yeah,
He
like
need he
it's
need to be back there returning kicks. Maybe he'll get some
yeah.
value.
That's a
I'm a
that's a tough one.
little I'm here. I will draft Jaden if it's possible, but I think at this point in the draft season, if it's between Jaden and Jalen, I'm gonna have to go with Jalen because at the very least, I know Jalen's gonna get that brotherly shove at least once. So
That's
I'm
a
gonna at least get a touchdown.
that's a tough. Okay, so I give you if I go because I don't know. I'm not a big fav. I'm not a big believer in Jalen Hurts. He didn't put up enough production for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take him. And it's because of the existence of Saquon. Like I feel like
Right,
Jalen Hurts is like almost like the opposite. Like how you said Lamar started last season slow because of Derrick Henry. I feel like that was Jalen's whole season because of
right.
Saquon. I
But again, the
honestly,
numbers he didn't have the passing numbers, but those rushing touchdowns came
lifted him.
into play. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, he might have only had 160 yards in a game, but he had two touchdowns. So
But
I
I'm
don't know.
banking on Saquon going down at the two the same amount. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
He's
like
not.
variance. I
I
don't
know.
like
It's so
variance.
it's hard. It's hard.
But like I would
Um
honestly, if I do take Jaden, because you make a good point, because Jaden without Terry, that's a whole different situation.
and
But
sophomore slump is
that
real.
too,
We saw that with CJ Stroud. Like
CJ Stroud, yeah,
CJ Stroud looked horrible last year. Let's keep it a buck.
yeah.
And even for all the people crying for Nico to be one of the top five receivers being drafted, I'm not touching Nico. Like y'all they're gonna have to show me something. Like
Spicy. I respect it. But
y'all,
yeah,
hey, and this is fantasy. This is
yeah,
not football.
yeah.
I respect him as a player, but I'm talking when I need a player to get me 20 points every week, I cannot trust that situation in Houston right now. CJ Stroud gonna have to show me, and they don't got no running back besides Chubb right now, who's coming back from ACL. Mixon is on pup. Um, Damon Pierce is on pup. Like it's getting and then they don't have they lost Tank.
Yep.
Hey, it's scary down there, but again, good luck. They got that defense now. That defense is nasty.
The defense is for real. But yeah, like his weapons are bad. His O-line isn't good, but yeah, if I go Jaden, I'm probably handcuffing him pretty quick. If I go Jaden in the third, I'm hoping I can turn in the fourth, and I'd probably go quarterback again.
You okay? So if you're gonna do that, you can't spend that high on another quarterback. However, there you can get another great starting quarterback in the ninth, like eight, nine
Like
round.
Dak, you said they should go
Exactly.
Dak.
Dog, let me tell you who else is in that range with that I'm not drafting because I ain't finna draft them. But Jared Goff, like Jared Goff
Yeah,
is in that range. And guess who's even lower than them?
who
Number nine.
they got Phoenix down
MP.
there.
MP number nine, baby. I'll come snap Michael Penix in the third and go win the league. Cause the way Drake London been talking that smack, that ball finna be thrown.
I think it's
And but I ain't
yeah,
gonna, hey, people can stay asleep because you can if you load up on all the offensive pieces and snag Penix in round 13,
get them late.
that that's where he's going. He's going very late. Unless you in the league with Falcons fans, and then they're gonna find
Overdraft
a
us.
reason to draft him in the fourth and fifth round for
Yep.
sure.
No, I get it. Quarterback's just a tough one where I'm like, yeah, like if I don't get Lamar or Josh, I kind of do punt until about the ninth, 10th round and just build my team around my skill player. So
Yes, it's a quarterback is a make or break position in fantasy, but the worst thing you can do is grab a quarterback in the round where there were better players available.
that
And that is where these other quarterbacks have popping up. Can you believe that Kyler Murray is ranked higher than Dak Prescott and Jared Goff this season?
I can. I think the Cardinals win 10 games and go to the playoffs. I think the Cardinals are gonna I think the Cardinals win the NFC West.
You know they play us, right?
I think they lose to us, but I think they
And
win the
and
NFC West.
somebody, Adam Rank said they're gonna beat us.
I'm not gonna speak on
With
that.
seven, he said they only have 7 wins, and one of them was gonna be us.
No, I think they win 10, but they're not gonna beat us. But
And we may not win at 10, but I mean, the Seattle Seahawks definitely are a different team. They're definitely um
I don't trust
th-
Sam Darnold.
they're a very vanilla team right now. Um the Rams have a Super Bowl, but Matthew Stafford is on like what year 19, year
His
18.
back is broke.
He needs to take a seat and rest. But they did. A lot of people forgot that they have a new wide receiver by the name of.
Ricky
Oh
Pearsall.
no! That is not who I'm talking about. They got Devontae Adams or
The
one of
Niners?
those. No! I'm talking about the Rams. The Rams.
Oh, yeah, the Rams got Devontae.
So the Rams got Devontae. And I think that helps a lot. They did lose Cooper Cup, but they got Puka.
Actually,
They
Cooper
have a
Kupp went to
good,
the Seahawks. You're right. I don't think the Cardinals win the West. I'm sorry, I'm being a little brash.
yeah. And because the 49ers may, on paper, 49ers may be the worst looking team on paper, but if Christian McCaffrey is back, then they are still right there. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. The West is murky. It's almost like the South, but I just want to thank you, Jared, for coming on with us today and talking that good talk. Say I loved it. Personally, you're one of my favorite people on Twitter, and it's not just the Falcons Twitter, it's just Twitter in general. Cause like I come at you and you stand firm. We don't be arguing. It ain't no hard feelings. You come with the facts, I come with the facts, and
Yeah.
I appreciate you. So let the people know where they can find you at.
Always, man. No, I appreciate it. It's always love, Sammy. Yeah, no, follow me on Twitter at triple underscore the king triple underscore. And we got a podcast, King's Landing. We drop every week. We are ramping back up now that training camp is in. And yeah, shoot, you ever in LA, pull up. So
You know it. All right. Well, guys, this was another episode of the Fantasy Formula. Again, I'm Sammy Socialite. You can find me at Sammy underscore Socialite. That's Sammy with a Y. And that's my Instagram. That's my Twitter, aka X, whatever. And I'll holler at y'all next time.